guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm sharing this delicious, flavorful apple crumb coffee cake. So if you would like to see me make this cake, just keep on watching. You can find the recipe for this cake down in the description box below. Okay guys, I'm starting off with my crumb topping. Here you can see I have my sugar and cinnamon. I'm just going to mix this together with my all-purpose flour. So here I'm using a wooden spoon to make sure everything is combined really well. Here I'm adding a half a cup of unsalted butter. To give this crumb topping extra flavor, you can add a 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract. Here I'm switching from a wooden spoon to a fork. You could also use your hands if you like. I have 2 Granny Smith apples here. I've washed them and now I'm just peeling them. For this cake, you want to use a firm apple. So I suggest you use a Granny Smith or a Honeycrisp apple. And guys, when you have this baking in your oven, it just gives a beautiful smell. You can smell the cinnamon and the apples. Just a warm, cozy feeling. So as you can see guys, I'm cutting my apples. You want to cut them as thin as you can so they can bake evenly on your cake. Once you're done cutting your apples, you can just set them aside. You can actually add a teaspoon of lemon juice just to keep them from browning. So guys, we're moving on to the vanilla cake. I'm adding a half a cup of unsalted butter. I'm adding my sugar. And once again, the ingredients for this cake will be listed in the description box down below. So you want to beat the butter and sugar until light and fluffy. Here I'm adding my first egg. You want to mix this until well combined. Once your first egg is well incorporated, you want to add your second egg. And the reason why you add your eggs separately is just to keep the batter light and fluffy. Here I have my pure vanilla extract. So here I'm just scraping down my paddle attachment in the sides and bottom of my bowl. Sometimes with eggs and butter, it can get stuck at the very bottom, so you want to make sure everything is well incorporated. Here I have my all-purpose flour. I'm adding 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Once you've added your baking powder, baking soda, and salt, you want to give it a mix. So you want to add half of your dry ingredients and give this a mix. Make sure you're mixing on low speed. Here I'm adding my vanilla yogurt. Keep in mind when you start adding dry ingredients, you want to make sure the speed is on low. Otherwise, you'll end up with a dry and tough cake. This is the last of my dry ingredients. And keep in mind, whenever you're adding dry ingredients, you only want to mix until it's well incorporated. So to prevent from over mixing, I took the bowl off of the KitchenAid mixer and then mixed the rest by hand. So as you can see, the consistency of this batter is very thick. So guys, I'm adding my cake batter to an 8-inch round springform pan lined and buttered with parchment paper. And as you can see, I have my springform pan on top of a cookie sheet. and I'm using my offset spatula just to smooth out the cake batter. You can also use the back of a spoon. So I'm laying my apples down on top of the cake batter, and here I'm adding my crumb topping. Make sure when you add the crumb topping that you're also getting the size of the cake to make sure everything is baked evenly. You want to bake this cake at 350 degrees for about 50 to 55 minutes. And make sure to insert a toothpick in the center to make sure the cake is done in the center. And halfway through baking, you may have to add foil on the top of the cake to make sure the crumb topping doesn't burn. Oven temperatures vary, so you have to watch this cake. So my cake baked for 55 minutes in my oven. I let it cool on a wire rack. And you can see this beautiful crumble topping on this cake. Okay, it's time to cut into this beautiful cake. I'm so excited. You can see this soft cake with the layers of apples and the crumble on top. Perfect with a cup of coffee in the morning to get your day started. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section down below what other fall recipes you would like to see on my channel. So guys, thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell, and I'll see you next time.